Hi, everybody. This is Tony Stevens, the Director of Resource Development for the American Council of the Blind. Thank you so much for taking time out of your afternoon, your morning, your evening, wherever it is in the world, you're having an opportunity to join us here with an ACB live stream. What we're doing today is very exciting. We're announcing an event. But before we announce the event, I want to announce the people who I have the pleasure of being joined with here today at the American Council of the Blind. We're going to take a couple of minutes and introduce our guests, because it's not just myself on your screen right now, but we have others here as well. I would like to introduce Will Butler, VP for Community with Be My Eyes. Hey, Will. Good morning in California time.
Morning. Great to be here.
I'd like to also introduce. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. Things are just getting geared up in Los Angeles, where Will lives with us. Kim Charlson, we also have on the line, past president of ACB and co-chair of the Audio Description Project. She's out of Waterton, Mass. Good morning, Kim, or good afternoon, I should say. And then Carl Richardson, the other co-chair for the Audio Description Project. Yeah, and Carl Richardson, the other co-chair for the Audio Description Project. Hey, Carl.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Also,
yeah, you sound good.
Just fine. Hey, out of Boston, Massachusetts, working for the state there at the beautiful Commonwealth Capitol. Is that what we call it in Boston? Is it a state capitol or a Commonwealth? Mm-hmm. It's the State House in Boston, Mass, leading accessibility and ADA up for the state in Massachusetts. So welcome to our three guests. I'm not going to bury the lead at all. We're very excited at ACB to announce an upcoming event, and we wanted to make a save the date. So this live stream is a save the date opportunity for everyone to get in their calendars for the first inaugural ACB Audio Description Awards Gala. Now we're going to be sharing a little bit about what exactly that is, but we want to make sure that everybody has on their calendar for 7 p.m. Eastern Time on October 21st to join us here at the American Council of the Blind as we have our inaugural Audio Description Gala. Now, we're so excited to have Will Butler, who was the first introduced here with us here today, to be stepping up as the chair for that gala committee. And we're going to throw it over to Will to talk a little bit about himself, who he is, introduction to the larger ACB community. Some of you had a chance to hear Will talk at our leadership conference this year as one of our keynote speakers. And then we're going to be talking with Carl and Kim as well about why are we doing the gala, why is it important, and about building the passion for audio description. So Will, I'm going to throw it over to you. Share with us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing over there at Be My Eyes, where we're excited to be partners with at ACB as well, and a little bit about the passion for audio description and why you've chosen to help out by stepping up as chair for the committee.
Thank you so much, Tony. I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy and honored to be here as well. Forgive me if there's some background noise. I've got an amateur woodworker in the backyard. So my name's Will. I am our VP of Community at Be My Eyes, which is the mobile app and global platform for description. Anyone can use Be My Eyes to see the world with the help of a sighted volunteer or a specialist who has specialized knowledge. So really what we're doing at Be My Eyes is kind of on a very kind of on-demand, piece-by-piece basis. We're describing the world. And people use Be My Eyes all the time for accessing the media and the entertainment that isn't accessible to them. But of course, Be My Eyes is used when things aren't accessible. So what we have at Be My Eyes is kind of a massive heat map of all of the things in the world all the experiences in the world that aren't accessible to people who are blind or have low vision. So on a personal level, I'm also legally blind. And when I became legally blind 12 or 13 years ago, I didn't know what audio description was. I didn't know that I didn't have to struggle to watch movies and television anymore. And even when I discovered it, I was kind of scared to use it. I was scared to be alienated by others because I was using it. I was scared of the stigma of using a special feature. But what has happened over the last 12 or 13 years, and in large part due to the work of the Audio Description Project folks, is audio description has proliferated. And I don't think we ever could have predicted that, moving from the broadcast model more into a streaming model where we have technology companies who are putting out content would actually be a boon for audio description. And now that we're seeing all the major players from Disney to HBO and others putting audio description into their streaming services, suddenly we're reaching a new level of a level playing field that we didn't have before. So now is an inflection point, and it's a more important time than ever that we start having big public-facing conversations about audio description and bringing in people not just from the blindness community, but from the industry, from all over the world, to realize that even though audio description has proliferated, there are still not enough people who have awareness or access to it, the same way that you would for a feature such as captions. So this is the dream of a whole event revolving around audio description, and I couldn't be more thrilled to spend some of my time this year helping put it together, helping steer the course of the event, and making sure that it's just a lot of fun and entertaining and compelling. And we're all doing it in the name of good audio description. So thanks again for having me, Tony, and couldn't be more excited to be here.
And thank you so much, Will, as well, for just bringing to the committee and to the group that will be helping take the lead to execute our first gala that's celebrating audio description. And so thank you so much for the time and energy that you've already given to really help make this event a success. We're looking very forward to it. You're exactly right in that it's exciting to sort of be in this boom, which is one of the reasons we wanted to hold the event, to celebrate. And in some ways, ACB, we've been humbled and privileged to work with so many of our partners in the industry that we're going to be excited to bring together. And that's through the audio description project, really, that takes the lead in sort of being the clearinghouse of information, but also, too, one of the main catalysts in guiding ACB in the way that we do advocacy and the way that we do engagement and stakeholder partnerships. Carl, as one of the co-chairs for ADP, for those that might not know what it is, can you share with us a little bit about what the ADP does and some of the work over the 11 years it's taken place?
Sure. So the Audio Description Project is an advocacy arm within ACB that advocates for audio description. We advocate not only with movie, television, broadcast, cable, streaming services, but parks, museums, and all kinds of venues that have the potential to have audio description so that the blind and visually impaired community can take part. Some of the things that the ADP has done, aside from acting as a clearinghouse for information, as Tony said, on our website that lists all kinds of sources for audio description with acb.org/ADP. We've also worked directly with the legislature in the creation of the 21st Century Video Accessibility Act, which created mandated hours for audio description for television and broadcast. We've worked with some of the streaming services directly, such as Netflix and HBO and Disney, to have audio description included on their streaming services, as well as accessibility, because what good is the audio description if you can't access it? We've worked with the National Park Service on describing some of their parks. We're working with museums. So basically anything audio description, we advocate for more of it, but we also advocate for quality and good audio description.
Thanks so much, Carl. And for folks that want to learn more about the Audio Description Project, you can go to acb.org/ADP. Really, as I said, it is the clearinghouse for all things audio description, information about programs and services and accessibility and the explosion of streaming content like Will alluded to. One of the things that Will also really focused in on, in a sense, Kim, I'm going to turn to you now, was the idea that there has been such a rapid growth in recent years. That's due in part to the hard work that you as other co-chair and as past president with ACB had done in sort of helping lead the way in advocating. But at the same time, too, at so many organizations and partners along the way that have just, realized the value of audio description. Talk a little bit about, why we wanted to hold this gala and, the cause and the timing for celebration, which I think is a key theme that we're going to be taking into October.
Well, thank you, Tony. It is exciting because as Will was talking, I was thinking back about my involvement with audio description, and my involvement goes way back because I'm fortunate to be in a place almost where audio description started. Technically, it started with performing arts in Washington, D.C., with Margaret Fansteel and the people that worked with her. But for television, audio description started with WGBH. And I work at the Perkins School for the Blind as the director of the Braille and Talking Book Library. And we're about 2 miles from WGBH. So I had the opportunity to be involved with some of the early testing of audio description for television. And that had such an impact on me. The first time I ever watched a television program with audio description, that I've been hooked ever since. And so thinking back about the impact of that and the role of industry, broadcast industry, and then movies and theaters and studios and just the whole entire industry, it really came to me that, you know, the Audio Description Project has been giving awards for several years, and we've been recognizing people in performing arts and people involved in media and education and research and development, and people who have been working for years as career achievement. But we realized that there was a part of the whole field of audio description that we were not recognizing. And I think it was the evolution of where we've come to now with streaming services like Will talked about, the growth and just the emergence of more and more availability and more accessibility to audio description, both on broadcast television, and I know we're looking for more on broadcast television, but such an explosion of content on streaming services, and realizing that how that's all come about, and that industry has taken such a leadership role and really stepped out there to make that available, and the infrastructure that's out there to make that possible. We decided that we thought now was the time to really start to recognize what industry is doing and how they're doing it and what's involved in doing that. And that's what brought about our idea and our desire to have the first annual ACB Audio Description Gala, to recognize industry in their various roles for what they're doing with audio description and what we know will continue to be done into the future, to recognize the important role that industry plays in making audio description available to the blind and visually impaired community.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kim. You know, it's important to note that for our first gala, because ACB with the Audio Description Project has been giving out awards over the years since its founding, really, and has really been led by folks like Joel Snyder and others that have really been helping to raise and elevate the awareness of audio description. So much of the purpose around the gala, I think, that you really hit on, is this gives us an opportunity to reach out to do a much larger audience in terms of the celebration, to bring others in as it continues to grow exponentially year after year, I feel like. So, you know, for folks that are writing down in their calendars or jotting notes or taking notes, October 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern will be the event. It's going to be a virtual event this year. Our goal is to be able to hold it in person once we're all safe and sound on the other side of the pandemic for years to come. But we want to particularly give thanks as we hold this first virtual Audio Description Gala this year in October, to thank all those that have been helping thus far and who have signed up to help in the planning committee. You know, thanks to Bridge Multimedia, who's going to be providing technical assistance with us. Bridge is a leader in the audio description space. John Kavanaugh will be on our planning committee, and John is a rock in that organization. We will also be looking forward to having other members on the committee, such as Maria Victoria Diaz, who I had the chance to work with when I was in the Disability Advisory Committee for the FCC. Maria is an outstanding advocate in the Spanish language speaking space for inclusive media. She's CEO at DeCapta. So we're excited to have Maria on board as well. Paul Schroeder with the American Printing House for the Blind. We're excited to have an APH who works so much in the education space. And we think, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, but so much as well in inclusive media for the kids in schools and students is critical. So we're excited to have APH on board as well. Matt Ader, who's on the ACB advisory board, but also vice president with Vispero. Folks know Vispero from the assistive technology side. We're so welcome and thankful that Matt is jumping on board as well to help provide guidance and insight and ways to help make the event a success. Joe Strecce, folks might know Joe with APH, but Joe has also been working very well in the media field as producer for the program C, which is on Apple TV, and so many other films in the past that Joe's had a chance on, and is obviously a passionate advocate himself for audio description. We're excited to have Joe. And then we have the hardworking team of our staff, Jolynn Bailey-Page, our audio description project coordinator, as well as myself and Jennifer Flatt and Eric Bridges, our executive director, Dan Smoon, the ACB president. I'm trying to think if I've left anybody else. I want to make sure we got everybody in the planning committee thus far. We still got a few more seats we're going to be announcing. So stay tuned. In terms of ticket sales, those will go on sale August 1st. We want folks to know that they can find out a lot more information on the gala itself and all things audio description by joining the ACB convention, our 60th annual convention this summer. That's going to be held July 16th through the 23rd, which is going to end in a big audio described celebration on the 23rd, that we will make announcements for as well, throughout the process. So check out acbconvention.org to find out about the audio description track and all things audio description related, where we'll be also leaving some little Easter egg nuggets throughout that convention, as well as things to look forward to. Go to acb.org/ad-gala, acb.org/ad-gala to find out things when the tickets go on sale and all other information, all the things we've mentioned above here. And what I mainly look forward to is having all of us together. We'll be virtual this year, but Will, Kim, Carl, so many others in our committee and so many others from the industry, we're so looking forward to having them on hand for October 21st. And we're going to be excited to be announcing other partners and sponsors, their sponsorship opportunities as well, and other ways that people can get involved to really help this event be a true celebration. So parting words of enthusiasm, excitement. Will, we'll throw it to you real quick.
I'm just excited and honestly honored to be involved with Kim and Carl and so many others who have been the ones doing groundbreaking work in audio description. I'm just happy to be here.
Carl?
Happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait.
Carl, how about you?
I'm thrilled to be part of this, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. And Madam Past President, Kim?
Well, thank you. I'm so excited about this event, and I'm just looking forward to working with the planning committee, working with Will and Carl and you, Tony, and all of the people that I hope will get involved, and just look at this as a real opportunity to expand and bring more people into the awareness and knowledge and the importance of audio description. So I can't wait. It's great. October 21st, 7 p.m. Be there.
Be there promptly. Yeah. Excellent. Fantastic. Well, thank you all. Thanks everybody for taking time out to hear this exciting news. Save the date. And we will look forward to interacting with many of you at the convention, but most importantly, interacting with you all on October 21st, 7 p.m. acb.org/ad-gala. And be sure to follow our social media and all of our feeds to be able to stay tuned in with more information. So, yay for audio description. Thanks again, everybody. Take care and be well.
Thank you.